with stories that matter to you. This is Fox 6 News at 6.
And all of a sudden we looked outside and it was just like a whiteout.
Now at 6, from freezing rain to snow, Wisconsin was hit with it all. How people all across the area are dealing with all that Mother Nature threw at us.
Plus, the winter weather advisory is seconds away from being over. However, the roads are still nasty. The ice still causing a lot of accidents today. And that is our big story tonight at 6. You're looking live right now at road conditions outside.
And some of the back streets where we're finding the most issues at this point. The Department of Transportation says a lot of area roads are still ice covered. That leads us to our team coverage for you tonight. Christina Van Zel, she is the one in the car experiencing the messy roads for herself. Brett Lemoyne reminds us this weather is not all bad.
But first, weather expert Tom Walks with how the rest of the night is going to look. Tom?
Hey, Ted and Steph, what a wild weather day today. Pretty much every precipitation type imaginable. We even had some thunder mixed in as well. The precipitation is moving out. So let me show you a live look here. We are done with the precipitation, but I want to take you up to our rooftop and look out. We're looking towards Brown Deer Road here, and this gives a good example of our concern for tonight. You see the roadways, these are treated, so they're actually looking pretty good. A lot of the main roads, as the road crews get out there, I think those will start to improve. Look at this parking lot right here. That's untreated. You could really see the difference, right? And the untreated surfaces are going to be a concern tonight. Sidewalks, driveways, parking lots. Please be careful. We've had a lot of reports of injuries from slips and falls on the ice today. So take that seriously. If you're walking the dog tonight or what have you, just be very careful and be mindful of that because it's getting very cold tonight. So that ice, it's not going anywhere. Precipitation coming to an end now as the system is starting to move away. In fact, skies will briefly clear out as we go throughout the night. So now we got to put up the wind chill map. It feels like 4 for you folks in Waukesha, 6 above in Sheboygan. Wind chills will be around 0 as we head into the morning hours tomorrow. So the big story tonight, we're drying out, but those untreated roads will remain icy. Temperatures will be dropping. Wind chills will be dropping as well. Well, now we're focused on our next system, and that one is snow. I'll show you when that gets here in just a couple of minutes. Steph, back to you.
Alrighty, Tom, thanks. Our Fox 6 crews are spread out all across the viewing area, checking out how the weather is impacting everyone. Up in West Bend, we saw a city worker sprinkling salt on the steps to try to keep people from slipping. There was also some snow removal going on, even though ice is kind of really the story over the last 24 hours or so.
I want to show you a bird's eye view now of the freeways out from our DOT cameras. The good news here is that a lot of people didn't go into work today, so the traffic on the freeways, the volume pretty low right now. Christina Van Zels, it was her job to drive around today, or more specifically stay in the passenger seat so that you can know what to expect when you're getting in the cars tonight. In your car tonight. How is it, Christina?
Well, we're seeing the same thing over in River West now. We're driving on Pierce, and there are not a lot of cars on the road. It seems to be like people are staying home, following what we're telling them because it is still a little bit slick. These back roads are really where we're seeing the most ice and snow issues, but the main roads seem to be a lot better than they were previously this afternoon. But because of the dangerous travel all day today in the city of Milwaukee, the mayor did issue a weather emergency. City offices, health clinics, and libraries were all closed for the day. DPW says the combination of ice, rain, and the temperatures are making cleanup a little bit tricky. Earlier, we did catch up with the village of Brown Deer, where crews started at 4 a.m. and are still out salting. Workers there say the slickest areas are hills.
Here, we're going to be back out salting the entire village, and then we're going to have some people on standby, and then we'll probably do another salting early tomorrow morning.
A lot of crews have been redeployed for ice control, which could affect people's garbage and recycling collection this week. So you can go ahead and leave your bins out until they're emptied and clear the snow and ice around them to make it easier for those DPW crews. For the city of Milwaukee, the mayor does expect to lift this weather emergency by tomorrow morning. And of course, if you don't have to travel, stay home. And again, it seems like that's what a lot of people are doing as the roads here in River West are pretty clear of cars. We'll send it back to you in the studio. Thanks
to you and to Chief Photojournalist Cale Zimney, who is an excellent driver. So thanks.
Well, the icy roadways creating hazardous conditions all over the place. Here you can actually see a plow truck that tipped over on its side at Mitchell International Airport this afternoon. The driver of the truck walked away with just minor injuries.
Sometimes during a winter operation, things can shift around, and if you hit a little patch of ice, something might happen, but it was a very slow speed and didn't completely roll over or anything like that.
And the airport says there was no impact to airport operations as a result of that. Flights are continuing to land and take off there at the airport.
In the Madison area, a Ring camera caught the moment a salt truck started to slide down the street. Check it out. It's right outside a home in Stoughton this morning. Driver does not have control here. This is all gravity doing the work. They did hit a curb. No word on if the driver was injured at all, but that just shows you how scary the icy roads can be.
Waukesha County crews are working nonstop trying to clear slush before it freezes when the temperature drops. Fox 6's Brett Lemoyne joining us live right along I-94. And Brett, I know that it's kind of a race against time, but we're also taking a little bit of a look back in time 100 years ago.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Stephanie. First things first, though, Waukesha County Sheriff's deputies tell us so far today they've responded to 10 accidents. They've pulled 2 drivers from the ditch. Now, that may seem like a lot, but history tells us otherwise. It's a mess out there, but old headlines remind us it could always be worse. Just look back at this ice storm on 2/22/1922.
As many as 15,000 poles were snapped off across Wisconsin. Thousands of miles of wire were ruined, countless trees. Surprisingly, not a lot of reports of home damage.
A thick coat of ice brought the Midwest to a standstill. 100 years later, historians laugh about the odd timing of Tuesday's smaller storm.
I think part of the cachet of the romance of the storm was 2/22/22. They got that back then. We get it now, but it really was a devastating storm.
There's lots of slush in downtown Waukesha.
I've noticed that the sleet on my car has started to freeze a lot faster.
Madeline DeMoss's classes are canceled at Carroll University, but Mother Nature is proving to be tougher than any exam.
Basically, you throw everything out the window and keep at her until she stops.
Waukesha County has 52 trucks working nonstop.
Now that it's switched over to a solid form, we can plow it and the salt will hold a little better. But we still have that threat of the refreeze and ice still forming on the roads.
That's a concern for Devin Johnson, who's sprinkling a 70-pound bag of sand on the sidewalk to keep from sliding.
As soon as the sun goes away, 3 o'clock, it's going to get way worse.
And even in this storm, the Sauk County Historical Society is pressing on with an in-person seminar about that storm in 1922. It's going to be held tonight in Baraboo, but don't worry if you miss it. They're also going to be posting that online later on in March. We'll have a link on fox6now.com if you'd like to check it out. Reporting live in Waukesha County, Brett Lemoyne, Fox 6 News.
I know one person sitting exactly 6 feet from me who will be doing exactly that. Brett, thank you.
Someone from Baraboo, perhaps?
Gotta represent the hometown.
He heard you mention Sauk County, and he got excited over here, I have to say. Thanks, Brett. Fox 6 viewers also sending in some video of the crazy weather we've had. This video shows thunder sleet out in Reeseville. A big thank you to Mike for sending this on over to us.
The downside here, hospitals in our area seeing a number of weather-related injuries today. Ascension, Wisconsin emergency rooms treating 61 patients as of 4 o'clock. Most injuries were from falls, some of which were serious enough to require surgery. There were also some patients who came in after being in car accidents.
You can keep close tabs on the weather with the Fox 6 Storm Center app. It is a free download, offers a powerful interactive radar, and you also get severe weather alerts.
One person is in the hospital after a car crashed into a semi in Grafton. Want to take a look at has it all happened here before 2 this morning on the northbound off-ramp of I-43 at Highway 32. Fortunately, the person in the hospital only has minor injuries. No other details have been released, including whether or not weather played a factor here in the crash.
A body has been found inside what's left of a Sturgeon Bay bar that burned down this morning. One other person is still unaccounted for. Just before 4 o'clock this morning, firefighters were called out to Butch's Bar. 9 people who lived above the business were able to get out safely. One person was taken to a burn center to be treated. Firefighters say the roof and second floor of the bar collapsed. It is still unclear how that fire started. Still ahead here on Fox 6 News at 6, stand down everyone.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers' late night sentimental post on social media, not followed by a big announcement like most Packer fans thought was coming today.
You're not going to have anything to write a headline about, I don't think.
We'll write the headlines here, Aaron. Lily Zhao tells us more on where the quarterback stands on his big decision.
Contact 6.